So we're going to do some author's purpose practice. We're going to be asking ourselves, what is the author's purpose? I'm going to read you a scenario first, and then you're going to ask yourself that question. Jason looked everywhere for his math homework. Where had he put it? He looked on his desk, he looked on his nightstand, he even looked under the bed, but it was nowhere to be found. Finally, Jason gave up and went downstairs to get a glass of milk. That is when he found his homework. It was in the refrigerator. What is the author's purpose? You're going to think about it, and when I say go, you're going to show your hand signal. Obviously, I can't see it, but you're going to do it to yourself. So if you think that it is a P, a P, I had to do it backwards in the camera. You're going to hold up a P sign. If you think it's an I for inform, you're going to do your hand like this. And if you think it is an E, I'm trying to figure out how to do an E on the camera. An E for pie. You can do an E. So do you think it's persuade, inform, or entertain? Let's move on. Here's your sentence frame. I know that the author is blank because blank. So you're going to decide, is it persuading, informing, or entertaining? I'm going to give you a second. You can pause the video. Okay, so we're going to fill in the blank. I know that the author is entertaining because they are not teaching us any information. They're not informing us. And they're also not trying to get us to do anything, so they're not persuading. They are just entertaining us. They're just telling us a story. Here's our second scenario. There are more than 120 different kinds of pufferfish. Pufferfish are usually small and club-shaped, but when they are threatened, they grow into big spiky balls. Pufferfish are able to get big fast by swallowing large amounts of water. Most predators will not try to eat a puffed up pufferfish. What is the author's purpose? We're going to think about it again, and when I say go, you're going to show your hand signal. So if you think it's to persuade, you're going to do your P. If you think it's to inform, you're going to just hold your hand up as an I. And if you think it's an E for entertain, you're going to do your hand like this. So go. Hopefully you knew that this meant this scenario, the author's purpose was to inform. They wanted to teach us information. And in this case, they're teaching us about a pufferfish. They're telling us what it looks like, that it's able to get really big by swallowing large amounts of water, and that a lot of predators don't eat puffed up pufferfish. So let's try our sentence frame. I know that the author is, and we already said it, informing because why? Because they are trying to teach us something. So I'm going to go again. I know that the author is informing because they are teaching us something. Next scenario. Covered in dragon's blood, the brave knight stumbled into the cave. He could not believe his eyes. Gold, silver, diamonds, and other gems glittered in front of him. He was rich. Not so fast, said a voice from behind a pile of silver. A young woman emerged with her sword ready. This treasure is mine, she said. What is the author's purpose? Think about it. When I say go, you're going to show your hand signal. Remember, P for persuade, I for inform, or E for entertain. You're right. It is to entertain. So let's finish our sentence frame. I know that the author is entertaining because blank. I know that the author is entertaining because they're telling us a story that cannot be true. Here's another one. This one looks a little bit different. Dear Country Mouse, please come and visit me in the city. I know you will like it here. I live in a warm house where there's always plenty to eat. I am sure that we would have a wonderful time together. Sincerely, City Mouse. What is the author's purpose? What is City Mouse trying to get Country Mouse to do? Think about it. When I say go, show your hand signal. So, what is City Mouse's purpose? City Mouse is the author here. What are they trying to get Country Mouse to do? So, if you think it's to persuade, you're going to hold a P. If you think it's to inform, you're going to hold an I. And if you think it's to entertain, you're going to do an E. So, what do you think it is? You should have said P for persuade, because City Mouse wants Country Mouse to come live or visit them in the city. So let's fill out our sentence frame. I know that the author is persuading, informing, or entertaining. We said persuading because they are using their writing to try to get someone to do something. And in this case, they want Country Mouse to come visit. Here's another scenario. Making a delicious smoothie is easy. First, put some frozen berries into a blender. You might want to add a banana too. Then, add milk or yogurt. Put the lid on the blender and blend it all together until it is smooth. Finally, just pour it in a cup and enjoy. What is the author's purpose? Think about it. When I say go, you're going to hold up your hand signal to show me. Do you think it's P for persuade, I for inform, or E for entertain? So, if you got it correct, you said that this was to inform. This is showing how to make a smoothie. So they are trying to teach us new information. How do we make a smoothie? Well, thank you for informing me. Now I know how to do it. So let's fill out our sentence frame. I know that the author is informing because they are teaching us how to do something. They are giving us information. Malaria is a serious problem in many countries in Africa, Asia, and South America. Malaria is carried by mosquitoes. People who get malaria get very sick, and some even die. One way that families can prevent malaria is to sleep in beds with mosquito nets. What is the author's purpose? Think about it, and when I say go, show me your hand signal. P for persuade, I for inform, E for entertain. If you got this correct, it was I inform. So if you're going to complete your sentence frame, you're going to put, I know that the author is informing because they're giving us information about what malaria is, how people who live in areas where there's malaria have to sleep. So I know that the author is informing because they are sharing information. That's all your practice for today. Thank you guys. And I hope you better understand author's purpose now. Please feel free to replay the video and practice if you need it.